This is the video for the skills review home connection for Unit 4. A lot of just standard multiplication algorithm on this page. I'm going to do one of these again so that you can see the pattern, and then you can go back and watch it again to check the pattern as you do the other ones. So I'm going to start here with 519 times 37. So following the pattern, we start with 7 times 9 here. So again, that's where you're going to start on each of these. So remember we start bottom right, and then we go to the top. So 7 times 9 is 63. All that goes on the bottom here is the 3, and I bring the 6 up because I'm going to add it. Then 7 times 1 is 7, plus 6 is 13. So I'm going to put the 3 down again, cross off my 6 because I added it, and carry my 1. 7 times 5 is 35, plus 1 more is 36. Now I don't have any more to multiply, so I can put all of the whole 36 down. Okay, notice that I didn't write, 63 and then 13 and then 36. I had to put those numbers up there to add. Now the very next step is always to put our 0 down. Now I start with the 3, and I'm going to go 3 times 9 is 27, and I carry that 2 because I still have more to multiply. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 more is 5. I don't have anything to carry this time because 5 is a single digit number. And then 3 times 5 is 15. And now I'm all done multiplying, and I have to add. 3 plus 0 is 3. 3 plus 7 is 10, carry my 1. 1 plus 6 is 7, plus 5 is 12, carry my 1. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 5 is 9, and then 1. 19,203 is my answer. Okay, now either come back to that later or pause the video and finish these two following that same pattern. Now on number 2 here, we have to fill in the boxes to figure out what goes, we have to multiply to figure out what goes in the boxes. I'm going to talk to you about this one right away because I notice what we're multiplying by is what's missing. So what I have to do is I have to look, well, it was something times 7 that equals 56. And I know that 8 times 7 is 56. There's another box up here that you can't quite see. It didn't copy real well, but I'm going to double check my work and see what would go there. So 8 times 6 was 56. Carry the 5. 6 times 8 is 48, plus 3 or 5 is 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. So there's a 3 here. This must need a 5 in that place. All right, so that's how we would do that. As you're working, some of the boxes might not quite copy well, so you might want to double check and work through all the work. I'm going to skip this one and let you do that one on your own, but I'm going to do C next. All right, it's because again, it has this missing box. So I have to figure out it was 4 times something that made 36. Well, I know that 4 times 9 is 36. So 4 times 9 is 36. There's the 6. There's the 3. 8 times 9 is 72, 73, 74, 75. So a 5 needs to go here, and there's my 75. Okay, they put the 0 down. So now I go here. 5 times 4 is 20, and there must be a missing box here that a 2 needs to be in. 5 times 8 is 40, 41, 42, and that's there. So now I just have to do the adding. 6 plus 0 is 6, 5 plus 0 is 5, 7 plus 2 is 9, and then 4. Okay, so again, pause it or come back later and make sure you finish B. Now let's look at number 3. Alexis has a treasure box. The treasure box is a rectangular prism that measures 8 inches by 12 inches by 25 inches. Use the standard algorithm to determine the volume of the box. Show your work and include units in your final answer. So we need to use the standard algorithm. I'm going to start by doing 12 times 8 because our work really should be 8 times 12 times 25. So I'm going to start with 12 times 8. 8 times 2 is 16. Carry the 1. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 1 is 9. So now I end up with 96 times 25. 5 times 6 is 30. Carry the 3. 5 times 9 is 45. 46, 47, 48. I got to put down my 0. 2 times 6 is 12. Carry the 1. 2 times 9 is 18, plus 1 is 19. So now I just add. 8 plus 2 is 10. Carry my 1. 9, 10, 14. Carry my 1. 2,400. So her box is 2,400 cubic inches. Okay, remember that's how we find the volume of the box, is by multiplying each of those numbers. It doesn't matter which order you multiply them in, so if you like a different order, you can do it that way as well. Let's look at the back. All right, we haven't done these in a little while, but remember that finding a fraction of a whole number is basically like dividing it. So if I need half of 84, I need to do 84 divided in half, which is 42. Okay, now 1/4 of 84, I can either divide 84 by 4, or I can divide 42 in half, because it's just half of this. 1/4 is half of 1/2, so 21. And then 1/8 is going to be a half of this, which is a little bit tricky because this is an odd number, but half of 20 is 10, and half of 1 is a half. This one's a little bit tricky too, because now we're thinking about this answer has to be half of whatever is here. So I would just multiply it by 2. 62 times 2 is 124. 1/4 of something equals 31. Well, I notice that 31 is half of 62, so this is also 124. So now that I've done those for you, I want you to do the true or false ones by yourself. Just write an F or a T next to it, depending on if it's true or false. Okay, we're going to add and subtract in here. Don't forget, when you add and subtract fractions, you have to find a common denominator. So I'm going to do this one with you. So 2 1/6 minus 7/12. Well, I know that 6 times 2 is 12. So I can make this 2 2/12 minus 7/12. But then I also still want to make this an improper fraction. So 12 times 2 is 24, plus 2 is 26/12 minus 7/12 would equal 19/12, or 1 7/12. Okay, again, don't forget you need to find common denominators. And then I'm going to leave these for you to do on your own. Again, on the challenge, especially since this is such a long paper, up to you if you want to try to do it. It's actually kind of a fun one. Randall has $5 to spend on snacks at the movies. Use the table to figure out 3 snacks Randall can buy for $5. So you got to kind of do some thinking of which ones he could buy. There's a lot of different answers. As long as it adds up to less than $5, you've got it. All right, if you have any more questions, please ask.